Yeah.
Anyway, hi everybody. These two are talking fucking retarded shit, but before we get into today's podcast, I have to give a shout out to Shaka Zulu. He fucks bad bitches in The Sims 2. None of you can compete. So shout out Shaka Zulu. Anyway, if you are watching this early, it's because you are a channel member. And thank you so much, channel members. Of course, this will go public later on because we don't believe in permanently paywalling people, but we want to give the channel members a little something extra. What we're gonna
one day you better member up. One day I might just fucking.
We might put everything behind a paywall. You may have to pay us $400 a month.
500.
Paywall Gronking. You're a genius. Yep. We'll
Our
paywall
merch
each
is
fucking
going to be
stream.
used tampons that we find in public.
And we can paywall all the videos as well.
Yep. $5 a hit.
That's great. That's great. First one's free.
Subscribe to my Twitter.
Anyway,
no longer free.
Today we're going to be talking about XDefiant and how it's kind of shaken up a little bit of the first-person shooter game scene. So XDefiant's finally out. It's been out for, I don't know, about a week or so, maybe a little bit less than a week as of this recording. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. We all played the beta. I think I might have played one more session than you guys did, but we've all experienced the beta and now the full launch. Let's go ahead and start with Cream NATO, the Muff Muncher. How are we feeling?
Good. I mean, I think we can get into it later. I don't see this game having a very bright future just because of COD, but the game itself is a more polished version of the beta, especially this last update they did, which was like about 2 gigs, and it got rid of the main glitch I had that was a problem, which was when you go to throw a frag grenade, it was specifically frags, it would just drop right in front of you. Even if you were in the open, it didn't matter what coverage you had. Like 1/3 of them were going to drop right at your feet. They fixed that glitch. Overall, man, it's really enjoyable. It's the most fun I've had playing a COD style shooter since Black Ops 2.
That's big. Go on, Moss.
Yeah, well, I think XDefiant feels more like a fucking sequel to Black Ops than like any other COD that I actually have ever played. I genuinely do. The map color, everything about this, like Black Ops 3 was a fantastic game, but with the exosuit, it could have been its own series. Like they didn't have to slap the Black Ops 3 logo on it. Like the campaign didn't really even have anything to do with Black Ops. You know what I mean? They kind of just had its name. Like they mentioned Menendez once, right? So this game, honestly, like especially how the multiplayer runs and stuff, it feels more like a Black Ops game than fucking Black Ops 4. I guess even Cold War. I'd say this feels more like Cold War did feel Treyarch. I'm not gonna say it didn't feel Treyarch. Like so did Black Ops 3. 4, because of the healing system. But I will admit this does feel like a Black Ops game. I did think this game was going to feel more like a Modern Warfare though, because Mark. But I think maybe Mark's looked at Treyarch and gone, actually, I think Modern Warfare did miss the colors, and I do prefer the more arcadey feel, especially versus these newer CODs nowadays, where they're all not feeling arcadey at all. Like Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 did not feel like arcade shooters at all. Like they went down that realistic. Even Modern Warfare 2 was the movement. It felt like you had rocks in your feet, man. It did have unlimited sprinting, but it still felt slow as fuck and annoying. Now
I don't want to get too deep into that part, but the realistic one, the one that added all like the fucking anime skins and shit like that. But yeah, that was the realistic one. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it said it was gonna be realistic. Fucking. Now, this is the thing that actually surprised me is it actually has more legs than I thought it would. It is actually competing against Warzone at some points. I know it's only a week, and in next week we'll find out. In Season 1 we'll find out. But I actually think this game can at least live until Black Ops actually comes out. I think it even lives past the reveal. Now, originally I thought as soon as the teasers for Black Ops came out, this game would actually die out. But I think because of how it actually feels like a Treyarch game more than the newer COD is, the Modern Warfare 3, I actually think that helps it a lot because people want to play a Treyarch COD now. What feels more like a Treyarch COD? XDefiant. So people are actually going, oh, I want to play a Treyarch COD because they're hyped up for the next Treyarch game. So I think a lot of them are going to play XDefiant instead of Modern Warfare 3. And so I think the reveal has actually done the opposite of what I thought and actually helped XDefiant from what I can see.
Yeah, maybe. Let's just dial that back a little bit to it being more of an arcade style shooter. I think that's probably the one thing that's carrying it, in all honesty.
To the moon.
Now, the big thing with that, the no skill based matchmaking. It has been actually ever since I've been streaming and shit. I don't think I've ever been able to sit in a Discord call, play a Call of Duty game, and not have to sweat my fucking nutsack off because of skill based matchmaking. With this, I don't have to do that. I was with Cream yesterday. We were sitting in fucking Discord. We just played like, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes of XDefiant and talked about fucking Chris Chan and Sonic 2 medallion curses. You couldn't do that on these more recent CODs because of skill-based matchmaking. You play one game really well, you get fucking punished for that. And you play one game really bad, the game boops you up. This is just like the old ones, how it just throws you into a lobby, best-based connection, and then you just see what happens. If you end up playing against Optic Scump too fucking bad, you have just as much chance as playing against a fucking one-armed leper, all right? And then the other thing with that, though, is because of no skill-based matchmaking, okay, this is a bit of a side tangent. It's really exposed the mid-tier COD players when now you have a whole bunch of people coming out and being like, we need skill-based matchmaking. We need it back. And it's like, yeah, skill-based matchmaking was protecting people like you. And now it's not here. You're not as good as you think you are.
Yeah, because what they used to do is they used to manipulate it, right? They used to use VPNs, so then they would burst the really shit cunts. So they were like a way to make it so you could go VPN to a different country and it like mess with the skilled matchmaking. And so then you verse the really bad people. So that's what a lot of these big streamers were doing.
Not even with that. Not even with that, though. It just on a more simple way without even doing the VPN. It's just because skill-based matchmaking was putting these people in lobbies where they were doing really well. Whereas now that's just not here. They're fucked. It's great. You see all these people talking about it. And they're just getting wrecked.
Lower tier pro players are being like, we need skill based matchmaking. Which shows you just how fucked the competitive scene for COD is. Like we had a guy who literally just won with Optic. Like the other day, right? We showed that video on Gronking. We had a guy who won the fucking last major for COD with Optic, talking about, oh, this game needs skill-based matchmaking and all that shit. Basically exposing him for being a mid player. And that is one of the arguably the best players in the world right now because he just fucking won a major tournament. And so that shows you how bad the competitive scene is for COD. Gives me a little bit of hope for the competitive scene for XDefiant because we're already seeing tournaments start up. Like it was day one, hit the ground running, just grassroots tournaments. This game is going to be huge for competitive. And again, skill-based matchmaking is a huge part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the competitive scene for this game. It could be really big, but my problem is this game does have a due date. In my opinion, it really does. Black Ops 6, I think that's the death of XDefiant because what's going to be unless Treyarch, because David Vonderhaar's not there, and maybe they lose their fucking identity. But after what we just seen today, it doesn't seem like they are. If anything, they're ramping up their Treyarch. They want to show people we are still the Treyarch that you guys love. After the reveals that we've seen today, the thing is, will that movement show that, or are they going to get pushed from Activision Xbox to now feel like Modern Warfare 3? Because that's what everyone was crying about, right? Warzone. That's the thing I'm worried about. I want it to not feel like a Modern Warfare. I want it to feel like a Treyarch arcadey. You can still have it with that movement, still feel arcade.
XDefiant has, up until then, I personally think the start of season 1 is going to be the big fucking test.
Yep.
Up until then, though, they have time to carve out an audience for themselves, a dedicated player base for themselves, and I think the more arcade style of gameplay is going to lean into their favor. There is definitely some problems with this. There's stuff like hit registration and all that type of shit, and some desync issues, which is a fucking problem, right? So they have addressed that, saying they are working on that, but honestly, it should not have been a problem after all the fucking delays, especially with the focus on netcode and all that type of shit. It should not be a problem.
The fact that they're literally being like, well, VSync just fucks you over. Don't put if VSync 1 automatically goes on for your game. I have a brand new PC. It was automatically on my PC. My PC does not need VSync, right? It's for lower end PCs. Didn't matter. It was automatically on. And on top of that, it made it extremely fucked to play. It was like added latency on top of the latency already with the servers because the netcode issues aren't fully fixed yet.
Yeah.
Even in North
especially
America,
after all the delays and shit, man. That's a fucking big problem.
It doesn't matter how good my upload and download speeds are, I'm still getting problems. And that's when I'm in North America. It's when I'm in Aussie servers with you. Aussie servers, I totally get why I'm going to have 200 ping. Right? I totally get that. But when I have like something that's like 50 ping and I'm still getting problems and my internet is stable, it's the game. It's not my heart. Like I literally can be like, my internet's good. My hardware's good. Everything is good. I turned VSync off and I'm still having troubles. It's I think it's unacceptable for them to put. If this was a paid game, I would have gotten a refund.
Oh yeah, that was the next thing. It's for free.
Biggest, yeah.
I haven't spent a cent on this game. I haven't bought anything from the bundles. I haven't even bought the battle pass yet. I don't even know if I will. Honestly, the battle pass is kind of fucking shit. If I complete the battle pass, I don't know. Does it give you enough money to buy a battle pass? I don't know.
I think it does. So I think maybe if I beat it, I will.
I haven't even gotten the one skin they had out for the game before they had a fucking release date. People chat all over me saying, no, I'd be basically saying that if you buy this, you're a fucking idiot. You should never buy DLC for a game without a fucking set release date.
Yeah.
I think that's just common knowledge. What would happen if the game just got canceled? I know it wasn't going to happen in this case, but it could with others. Then I know it was only 100 Ubisoft points that you get from the store. I know it was like nothing, but it's like a slippery slope of then. Like I haven't even gotten that thing. I've spent $0 on it.
It's a free-to-play game, and like Lethal said, the battle pass is kind of shit. The founder packs, man, they're expensive as fuck, and I'm not even too sure what you actually get with them. They kind of just gave you a few skins and then slapped a bunch of coins on it. Like,
here's something to keep in mind as well. The price of one of those is the same price as one of Call of Duty's Black Cell battle passes.
Yeah, and the thing is,
you get a lot more on the Black Cell.
You do, but the thing is, as well, if you're not counting Warzone, if we're counting the COD, it's if you just play the multiplayer, that is a $70 US.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I've never bought a Black Cell.
You're paying a AAA price for a game that's free.
Yeah.
Which anyway, I guess if you're getting that amount of enjoyment, but it's not even a full battle pass.
It's just a bundle, really. So there's a few things I want to go over. The first thing I want to talk about is the maps of this game. For the most part, I think there's only like 2 maps that I fucking despise. The rest of them, cool with.
I like Mayday. I used to hate it, but I've got a little route. I actually like Mayday now. I
like Mayday with like the marksman rifle.
I hate Mayday.
Yeah, no, dude, the maps are fucking amazing. I love the color. I'm gonna say this a million times. The color. Going from Modern Warfare 2, like, because I didn't fucking buy the shitty Modern Warfare 3 to this, it's actually nice to look at. We haven't had a nice looking COD since Black Ops 3. We haven't. The color in CODs are so shit nowadays. It's awful to look at.
They're doing all of this, and it's a third the size of a COD. Right? CODs are about like 100 gigs now, upwards.
Yep.
This game is like 30 gigs. Maybe around 40 gigs with the new like patches they're doing. Either way, like 30%
You're
of
not getting
what
as much
COD is,
game
and it
modes,
looks better.
but yeah, it does. And that's just because it's so fucking bright and actually nice to look at, man. Instead of
Yeah.
fucking dull, boring ass shit. Yes, I guess I know it's meant to be in Modern Warfare and War, but fuck, man, the
Doesn't mean
browns
it
and
has
the
to look like
grays.
shit. It's like
Yeah,
when things are filmed at night for TV shows, and they're like, "That's why you can't see anything." It's like, well, I don't know. I'm not look. I want to fucking be able to tell what the fuck is going on,
yeah,
HBO. All
Game of
right, like,
Thrones. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. So anyway, apart
Yeah.
from the color load, just the layout and all the design and all that,
Layout's fucking
it's fine.
fantastic.
It
I think
reminds me. It's probably going to get said a lot, but it reminds me of old COD. I guess that's the biggest way to sum up this game. Kind of reminds me of old COD.
But it's dude. That's why it's so good though. It's because it is just old COD, but nicer movement. It just has better movement than the old
Okay,
CODs.
some
That's
of the
what they-
sliding is a little bit clunky. Sometimes you'll be sliding like your hands
bunny
out and
hop.
shit like that.
The
Okay,
bunny
now
hop
the
is-
bunny hop.
Yeah,
They've
fucking
actually
bunny
come
hop.
up with an interesting counter to the bunny hoppers. The more you bunny hop, the bigger your bloom is. But the
Oh.
problem with bunny hopping is it's more so that you don't hit them as opposed to them not hitting you, which is the other way around and all that. Bunny hopping is just going to be a fucking bitch of a thing, regardless of what you do. But I think they have found a nice balance for now. Maybe nerf the bunny hoppers a bit more. Come at me, bro. But yeah, the maps, I don't really have any problem with the maps. There's like two that I fucking despise, but there is another thing with the maps that we'll get into that ties in. But the next thing we got to talk about is the weapons. The weapons selection at the game, probably not the best. I think CODs might have spoiled us in terms of launch weapons a little bit more. There's not overly a whole lot, considering there's only 2 sniper rifles, 2 marksman rifles. That's a little bit low.
3
but
shotguns.
3 shotguns. But
Yeah.
for the most part, again, I think it's okay. It doesn't bother me a whole lot, but I feel like I
the
have to
thing
bring
is-
up there isn't much to pick from.
Yes, but the thing is,
They're
all
all
feel different.
viable.
Yeah, and they're all different. Now the thing about COD is, when you get another AR, doesn't feel like they started to kind of feel like clones of each other. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
you're
They
just
don't.
picking it because it looks cool.
Yeah, they don't
opposed
feel
to it
any
being-
different. Whereas I feel like in this one, I go from the like different ARs. I do feel like I'm using a different gun. All the SMGs feel different. All the mask guns feel different. All the snipers actually they feel different. So yes, less, but at least they feel different. Whereas COD, they have fucking a million, but they all feel the exact.
And the
fucking
other
same.
problem with COD as well, and I think the end of Warzone 1 was the best example. When there was like, I don't know, wasn't there like fucking 90 something weapons in the game? You go, yeah, but you only see like 6.
Yeah, because they're all meta, right?
Yeah.
They chose the meta weapons, whereas everything here
For the most part, I'd say most weapons in XDefiant are viable. There's a few that are
pretty
on
shit.
the lower category.
Yeah.
But you know, and attachments, just basic bitch, pick 5. That's all I fucking want.
The
100
attachment
different fucking
matter.
barrels to pick from. I don't know. I don't have to go on YouTube and look up class builds for this game. Call of Duty, I'm going, I don't fucking know. There's like 100 barrels to pick from. Which one do I fucking want? And then there was the tuning and all that shit. I don't know. I don't
fuck
fucking know
that
what I'm
shit.
supposed to be using.
The attachments actually fucking matter in this game too.
Yes,
They
I've
do. Like, I don't care. Like, even something like grip on, like, the grip tape on the fucking handle of your gun makes a huge difference.
And you can actually see it. I know Cold War did it, so
Yeah.
it's realistic to expect the new Black Ops would do it. But you can just press like a button, statistics on like your creator class, and it will show you the fucking graph. It will show you what your attachment changes and all that type of shit. Whereas like in Modern Warfare, or fuck all the recent Modern Warfares and Vanguard and shit, you go, I don't fucking know, man. Like you're
Just
telling me
does
it does
something.
it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
just pick 5. That's all I need, man. What do you want? You have 5 things to pick from. Pick one. And instead of like Modern Warfare where you're like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yep, and yeah, I hate that shit, man. Because the attachments in game, unless you picked the fucking meta ones and tuned it to the meta shit, it didn't feel like it did nothing. Like realistically, you picked them and it felt like they did nothing in your game for COD. Whereas now, when I change it, it does feel fucking feels smoother. Feels
During the beta, my one complaint I had, which I'm gonna rescind, was the fact that I was like, well, why would you give me all these attachment spots and then be like, well, you gotta choose now. It's like I can't do this and this and this. And I'm like, you know what? I like playing it more because I didn't have a whole lot of time to play it during the beta. Playing it a lot more, I like the fact that you kind of do have to choose. And even with a gun, you could go with 2 or 3 different types of builds. Like the P90, you could do 2 different things with it that help you in 2 different situations. I like that. It makes like I have like utility guns. Now I'm finding like I'm on a certain map. If I'm on Dumbo and I die and we're going into the middle for like, you know, basically King of the Hill, like I know I'm gonna bring in an SMG or a shotgun. But if we're going on one of the sections that's along the streets, I'm gonna bring a marksman rifle or my M16.
Well, I've seen people that in their custom classes have like 3 different AK builds
Mhm.
for objective, maps, playstyle, whatever. They go, I use the same weapon, but it's configured a little bit differently. All right. Now,
Yep.
granted, I guess you could do that in COD, but again, with all the different fucking
It makes more
barrels and
sense
shit,
in this than in
it
COD.
does make more sense than that. So, yeah, I am going to say that the maps are a win. The weapons, okay, the variety of weapons I think is lacking,
Yeah.
especially when you get the sidearms. You have like 4 pistols, and that's it to pick from.
Yep.
The other thing as well is, like I said, they are all, for the most part, viable. So, yeah, I guess it does balance itself out. The weapon leveling is extraordinarily slow. Now, I know people were expecting it to be slow because it's a free game, a free-to-play game, but my fucking God, is it slow.
Because they want to sell you weapon boosters.
They want to sell you the boosters and shit.
Yeah.
Yes. This game is heavily monetized. Like Apex Legends, you go into the shop, you go, fuck, there is a lot to pick from there.
Mhm.
But again, it's up to you. You don't have to.
You don't have to, which
Yeah.
is good. Which is good.
Its leveling is very slow. The mastery classes, the bronze, silver, and gold look shit. They look fucking terrible. I think the silver one's the best.
I hate.
Why is there no diamond?
Yeah, no, but this is the thing. Well, because you'd have to get it to 125 or 150.
No,
I
it should
hate.
just be like COD. You get everything to gold, and then you have the diamond challenge.
Yeah, but I hate how you have to unlock these skins. They're leveling it up a gun. Each gun to 100 to get gold is shit. It is so boring and tedious.
And the gold looks worse than the silver.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially on stuff like the AK. The best looking one is the silver skin. It's like,
yeah, you don't want to go to the gold. Like, I hate the whole get to, especially how slow it is to level up guns, right? It's awful. Getting into gold is shit. I would rather challenges. I would.
Yeah,
like,
headshots and whatever.
And all them. Just they're more fun because you're actually
which you have
something.
to have to do the challenges. I know you guys got your shit because you I know for sure Lethal got a lot unlocked because he was in the betas.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, they're coming in, they only have like 1 gun unlocked per category.
Yeah.
So you do have to do these challenges to unlock these guns. It's very easy though. I mean, I finished half the challenges on launch day. But it's also something, it's like it gives you an added goal when you're playing to be like, oh, I need 1 more headshot with an assault rifle and then I can unlock the M16. Or I need to kill 1 more guy with hip fire, like hip fire kill someone with an SMG to unlock the P90. And it's like shit like that. I like that. And when they add new guns, I really hope they put them behind those challenges, as opposed to being like, oh, here's in the battle pass. Because one of the guns is just in the battle pass.
Yeah,
it's free.
It is.
It's free in the battle pass. You don't have to
say, I don't feel like it's above everything else in terms of performance wise.
Yeah, and
it's definitely viable, and you can clap cheeks with it. But I wouldn't say like it just stomps everything else. Like if COD was pretty bad for this, especially during, I think it was Cold War, which was the one I really liked. Whatever the newest weapon was OP. It just stomped everything else. So if you weren't using it, you were kind of throwing. And with heavy skill-based matchmaking, you kind of have to. You kind of have to use it, or you're fucked. Right now, the next part I want to talk about, which is going to tie in all my previous points, is the factions and operator system of this game. So every faction has their own different abilities in a hero shooter type of sense. Everyone has a passive and like an ability that's exclusive to their faction, and they all share one ultimate. Not every faction shares an ultimate, but every operator shares the same faction ultimate, I guess, ability as well. You can swap between the two. So the first thing is, how do we feel about not the ultimates, just like the basic abilities? So, for example, the cleaners can have the drone or the Molotov. How do we feel about that shit?
Everything about the
Okay, all right, fuck. I was hoping to save this for later, but Mozza, you really don't like the fire bullets, which is the cleaners' passive abilities.
Dude, I don't
now,
even
I'm
like
going to tell
that
you something
drone.
you guys don't know
like it.
about. I'm going to tell you something you guys don't know about the fire bullets.
Bullshit.
They heavily decrease the range of the weapons.
They are bullshit.
I still,
bullshit.
Especially on maps that are smaller, it doesn't matter.
Like, if you want to talk about who the meta class is, I was hoping to get into this argument later for the sake of fucking for the fucking sake of keeping this chat. I'm gonna fucking kill them all, man. I'm gonna kill these two fucks.
It's the most used one for a reason. You dumb.
The cleaners are the most, not the cleaners. The healers, the medics are the most OP. That passive healing.
The
passive, yeah.
And then the cunts that have 120 health, you go, how many times do you get them down to like 10 H and you P? And you go, oh, so I actually killed you and a little bit more if you were someone else.
Yeah, but if you have the cleaners, you're dead because the incendiary bullets.
Well, what about the fucking hackers? When everyone pops their ability and the hacker just pros, and then everything's gone.
The hackers, dude, I think just in general, the abilities are fucked. They're fucked. I don't think
everything is strong. I don't feel like there's one ability where I've gone from being like, that doesn't fucking do anything.
The abilities.
I mostly play cleaners because I wanted to unlock all their shit, but I've been playing a little bit more to unlock all of other people's shit. And those hackers, the watchdog cunts, they're a fucking problem. They are a problem. Like, you could have different barriers, fucking spider. Well, let's just say the enemy team has barriers, healing ultimates, all that type of shit, and they just go, and the whole fucking thing turns off. So, if we're going to go into this fucking jihad against cleaners being OP, I think everything in this game is just fucking, once you start using it, you go, shit, everything is actually really fucking strong.
It's not very balanced.
It's not balanced, though.
It's like Modern Warfare 2. You can definitely tell this is the same guy that made Modern Warfare 2 because he was like, just make everything fucking bullshit.
I think that stuff like that needs to be fixed, though.
When you get the spider drone on your face, you might as well just put down the controller. I can't fucking do it.
Or flashbang. Again.
Oh my god, the flashbangs.
Definitely Modern Warfare 2.
The flashbangs are fucked. They're worse than Modern Warfare 2, too. Yeah. I remember Modern Warfare 2 and like Black Ops used to be able to, like, you could still, if you were good and you had a good lineup of the person,
you could still figure it out.
You really can't with XDefiant. Even if I'm looking directly at them, I have like it's literally completely white on my screen. It's like I opened up Notepad.
Are nasty in this as well, man. If okay, like how we were just bitching about all the abilities, run EMPs because that disables them.
That or do I honestly I've been having the best luck of like right off the hop going down center of the map and just chucking a fucking grenade. And I was telling you when we were playing last night, I killed like 3 or 4 people that way, just from a grenade. Like sticky grenade lands right on them from like a Joe Montana throw.
All right. Anyway, getting back to it, all the different operators and shit. So as a whole, how are we feeling?
Unbalanced as fuck for every character, especially healers and cleaners. They're my 2 main ones.
They're like.
If you're gonna work on 2 straight away, they're the first ones you need to be working on. Cleaners.
Okay, I have a bit of a devil's advocate for you, Mozza, and this is when we're going to start talking about the competitive shit as well, the ranked mode. When you put together a team, you can say, I have my cleaners, which are going to be the DPS guys.
They're going to be all over the place.
I'm going to have my healers to lock down objectives, because if you're holding like domination and you just start putting heals down on the fucking area, good luck taking it.
It's
right?
Done.
Especially if you have barriers too.
Yeah, and then you have what are they called? The echelon? I can't remember.
But barriers have been nerfed
No,
a
they
lot
use the
compared to
fucking
beta.
Splinter Cell people and all that. So you have your Splinter Cell people, which is kind of like your recon characters that are revealing everything. So
Bunny hop and retard.
I don't know. I kind of feel like as much as everything is kind of overpowered in like a team composition, it kind of comes together a little bit.
It does, but
Not really.
I feel like certain things.
There's so many things, and the barrier. Okay, you guys are complaining about the barrier. The barrier goes away in a couple of seconds. Like it doesn't stay.
If you get one, you mag dump the barrier, it's done.
Barrier is
if
probably
you have a second guy with you, the guy's dead. So
yeah, but that's the barrier. It's like you put it down, like with
boom, it's gone.
If me and Cream are rushing mods and you just barrier, we're dead. We're done. We can't get to
not necessarily.
No. It takes
the two of us.
We can to shoot it.
Yeah,
we could eliminate him.
Yeah, we can.
But you got to get it down in position first. Obviously, if it was instant, it would be.
Yeah,
bullshit.
but if you do that, if you do it too early.
So basically, what this is Mozza, you think everyone's overpowered except for what you play as.
No, I'm saying that the barrier is probably the worst one. Honestly,
I agree with Moz. I don't ever really play the barrier one.
Lethal's just
I play.
He plays fucking medic. He plays healer.
Yeah, and he's saying it's overpowered. You're just dick sucking cleaners because you're worried your bitch ass is gonna get nerfed and you won't be able to get as much kills.
Doesn't matter, man. I've been playing the fucking Watch Dogs homos lately, and dude, their character design is fucking awful. By the way,
they all look like they have hepatitis
because he knows it's wrong.
No, you get rid of it. It doesn't change anything, man. I mean, like I feel like I get range back. Okay.
Yeah, and now you don't kill as many people.
You can use a marksman rifle, and that's fucked.
Yeah, that's
you still get incinerary hits off a marksman rifle and a sniper, which means if you do a bad snipe and hit someone in the leg, you one shot them.
No, I wish that was true. Trust me, I wish that was true.
Dude, I'm telling you. Maybe it was after this new
update. Do you know why it doesn't? Because of the range drop off.
No, it still does burn damage.
Okay, so first it was I'm dick sucking it because I'm playing them the whole time, and now you're telling me I haven't played them and don't know how they work.
No, I'm telling. Look, I haven't played.
Experience.
Look, I haven't played since they did this last patch. At launch, you could just snipe a dude, and if you fucked up, because I suck at snipers, I was one-shotting people because of the fucking burn damage.
Snipers are actually a point of contention in this game. A lot of people are saying it's overpowered, and a lot of people are saying get good.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if it's
snipers is always a tricky thing to balance in any of these types of games,
especially with
fireballs.
I think
forget the fireballs, Moz. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the snipers.
That's how it started. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ, dude! You're a fucking autistic retard.
You're an autistic retard.
Okay, the snipers, are they overpowered? Because they can one tap even without fire bullets.
You can. It's just way easier with the fire bullets, but fuck, I don't know. Like you hit I think any upper body hit shouldn't be like just a one tap. Headshots, of course, one tap, but they're one tap with the fucking. If I use any gun. They should definitely do a lot of damage. I think they do just a tad too much damage.
Well, the counter to that is, I'm looking at it here, is that this game, compared to COD at least, has incredibly weak aim assist. And
it does.
I watched FaZe Jeff talk about it, and he was going through it, and he was saying, and he showed it, he goes, the sniper rifle, okay, as little as the little aim assist this game does have, sniper rifles have half of that. So there's even less on snipers. So does that balance it?
It makes it actually have to be good. So yeah, I think a lot of controller people, especially nowadays, are actually missing a lot of their snipe shots. So it's
that goes back to COD has tricked people into thinking they're good.
Yeah.
The skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, sorry, go on.
It is a lot harder, but at the same time, but like with snipers, no matter what, you're gonna want to fucking put your head through a wall. So it's hard. It is.
Well, remember when Warzone 2 launched and it wasn't a one tap, and people
loved it.
It was fire. Like no one could decide if it was good or bad.
Yeah,
I went back and forth. I
think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like me personally, I think taking it down just a tiny bit. Like I mean, just If somebody doesn't get a headshot, just giving a person a chance, even if they're on like fucking 4 health or something like that. Like, yes, someone could come in and like finish you off, or you
But
could get around a corner, hide, wait till you heal up, and then come back around and have
Well,
your
the
team supporting
healing
you.
in this is the regenerative
Slower.
healing is really slow unless
It
you're
is.
playing
The
healer.
The healers are a little fucked because of that. And I wish the healers would take
fuck.
between
See,
what
it's hard, isn't it? There's a lot of balancing questions here. Like, I feel like for the most part, they've made the right decisions,
yeah.
but there's always going to be those
I
little.
think and I play as
factors.
healers. I really like the healers. I like the being able to throw down and heal your entire team, especially on a point that you have to take or doing the escort mission. But the passive healing, oh man, I think it does need to get nerfed a little bit. The same with the firebolt. Like certain thing, like again, those barriers are really fucking weak. You get 2 players, that barrier's done. And that person's dead, by the way, too. It's not like that person, and if you have any cover or anything like that, that person's just dead right away. Like it's almost like they're only going to last 20 seconds longer than they would have without the barrier. So the barrier does need a buff. That ultimate they have is fucked though.
The ultimate though is easy.
You just come up behind them and
Grenade.
backstab them.
I keep telling people you need to use more grenades on them.
Yeah.
People freak out. The thing is, there's this thing with the fucking ults that people start freaking and panicking. It's like, no, dude, hold a grenade, chuck it in. They're done. Because it slows you the fuck down. Turning slower, moving forward slower. They're very easy to get killed. I will admit, maybe no, because
the healer ult is fucked.
That's the one that needs
the flamethrower. The flamethrower, the range of that hitbox wise, we're talking about hitbox registration. That's fucked because you could be far away from the flames and all of a sudden you're just dead. So apparently,
Mark Rubin had a really good point about the flamethrower ultimate. He said, "People use flamethrower and think they turn into Juggernaut. You don't. Your health is still the same."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what people do. They just rush in and you kill them. But even when you're far away, like I've had it where it's like there's no way I should have been killed by that, and I don't know if it's still netcode problems. That could be the answer to it. Again, there's like a couple things that can explain it.
No, there is a few things like you guys talking about the fire bullets. Yeah, it's strong, but I do think a lot of the time, I'll say about 50% of the time, people think they die from fire bullets. It's just desync. Think how many times you've died around a corner and been like,
it's hard to.
It's hard to tell
because but the thing is, the health is slowly going down from the burn.
Yeah, you can see with the fire bullets when it is.
Yeah, when it's the bullets, it's like, boom, where's the fire?
But there's definitely desync problems, and you get that. Yeah. I don't care if you're like 5-minute walk away from the fucking servers they're using, you're gonna have problems.
Yes,
they have not fixed the thing that they delayed the game to fix multiple times now. Like this is a problem, and honestly, I don't want to say I have little faith in what they come up with next after this game, but
here's the thing as well, man. They are dying on the hill of saying there is no sequel. This is gonna be until it shuts down.
I know, but eventually Mark Rubin will move on to something else, and I think this whole situation has tarnished his his
legacy. Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
people are going to be like, "Hey, you made the original Modern Warfare. Yeah, that shit was tight." And they're going to go, "Aren't you the guy that delayed XDefiant just for it to launch with the same problem that it had originally?"
Yeah. And just for it to die, because the game is. Let's be honest. I hope it doesn't happen because I think overall this is a good game, and I think overall you should check this game out. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. The only problem is you have to use the Ubisoft launcher, which is fucking bad. It's improved from what it was, but it's not good, and it is a fucking hassle to use. It's a pain in the ass to use it. I don't like it at all. It should have been on Steam. So to everyone saying this was just a fucking Helldivers was the only time you get upset. No, I don't like having to use the other launchers, but we knew going into this we were going to have to use that launcher. There we go.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
the
it.
other
That's
thing
the
with this
generic Ubisoft launcher argument out of the way.
that gives me a little bit of faith. How long? It's been almost 10 years of Siege.
Yep.
Like, I think there is a lot to criticize Ubisoft about, and every day it seems like there's more.
Yep.
But they have a this is going to get me in trouble. They have a good track record of not abandoning their live service games.
Yeah, but Rainbow has had fucking loads of lows.
It's had lows, but it's there.
It's still there, but
how many have we seen come and go?
Well, I mean, fuck, they abandoned their fucking battle.
Hyperscape.
They're gonna abandon Skull and Bones.
Yeah, they're gonna
Skull and
That's a live
Bones.
service. I think just that one example, yeah, I guess. But the Division 2,
Still
are they
there.
doing anything
Say what
with
you will.
those?
Say what you will. It's still there, man.
Still there.
The
only time
The Crew. What about The Crew? That was a live service game, and now they've removed it, so you can't even play it. There's not even an option for other people.
Yeah, I
to go.
know. Even if you own the physical, too fucking bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I don't know, man. I feel like they have
I can't say they're entirely bad on that front, but I'm not willing to say
there's a lot worse that we can all think of off the top of our head when it comes to even COD. What Warzone is this? Is this 2 or 3?
This is people are saying
Warzone 3.
Yeah,
there you go.
I guess that's what people were saying. I don't know.
I will give credit to Ubisoft. This is one thing that they do better than anything else they do, which is a very low bar to pass. It's still not good.
Oh, incredibly low bar. Incredibly low bar, of course. Yeah. But I'm just saying, when you look at something like Siege, which has had some of the lowest lows in gaming history, but it's still there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say because Hyperscape and Rainbow, they're probably the first-person shooters, right? Of fuck. Like, we've had one that got banned within 2 seasons or 3 seasons. Then Rainbow, fucking 10 years. So it's very hard.
What got banned?
No, well, Hyperscape got absolutely fucked, right?
They didn't get banned. They dropped that. They threw that in the fucking bin.
Yeah, you said abandoned.
Yeah, abandoned.
Oh, abandoned. Sorry, I thought you said banned.
No,
yeah, we banned Ubisoft.
We banned them.
We're gonna ban Ubi.
Ban them. But yeah. So those are the two probably like the things. It's like fuck. Is this gonna have a 10-year thing or is this only lasting a year? And I've got to be honest. It's looking like a year, not in terms of content, but in terms of actual player base, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, see, that's the big thing as well. Like, the two big ones. Well, okay, there was obviously the 4. I'll say 4 big moments. Launch day. Launch day wasn't the best, but they fixed it a hell of a lot quicker than most of the others do.
Helldivers, Payday 3, they fixed it within a working day, and I'll give them credit for that. It shouldn't have been like that, though.
Should not,
and that's where I take credit away, because this is why you delayed the fucking game, and then you still fucked it up.
That's one of the biggest ones, and I'd say they came out of that okay. The weekend that just passed was definitely a test, because that's the weekend. More people are going to be playing, and they had double weapon XP, so that was more people to come in and play it, and there was no server problems then. So, okay, cool. The next big one, depending on what I've lost track of what comes out first. No, it'll be season 1. Because we're in the pre-season at the moment. So season 1, they're going to be competing with, well, it's season 1. They have to make a really strong first impression with their, like, this is the actual game now, okay? And they're going to be competing with Black Ops Hype. And then the big one.
And potentially CODs being on Game Pass. Older COD. We know we're getting COD on. It's already leaked. We're getting the new COD on Game Pass day one.
There's talk of it.
But what happens if we get older ones on there?
The big one is going to be when the new Black Ops drops. That's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, from what I can tell, the Black Ops hype is in terms of multiplayer has actually kind of helped XDefiant because it does feel more like a Black Ops, right? I think it's the launch day that's going to fuck it up, because people are going to go, well, I'm playing XDefiant because I want a more Black Ops arcadey shooter.
Here's the real thing.
Yeah, here's the more polished, here's the more fucking thing. And it's just, yeah, like that's going to be the big kicker. Now, the thing is, and the worst thing for XDefiant is it's not like they can just wait another year for a bad COD. Rumor is they're doing like a Black Ops 2 thing. Something's happening with a Black Ops 2 thing. Either it's a direct sequel or it's Black Ops 2 remastered, right? No matter
Probably
what,
remastered.
anything to do with fucking Black Ops 2, you ain't competing with. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You
Yeah,
just
Black
ain't.
Ops 2 is the fucking godfather
You
of
just
fucking
ain't.
first-person shooter games, man. Like it's
Yeah.
I don't even think it's the best COD personally, but Black Ops 2 is just a juggernaut. It's
not my
a
favorite
fucking
COD.
juggernaut, man.
I enjoyed the first Black Ops more than Black Ops 2, but
But
Black Ops
you
2,
put them all on sale at the same time,
Black
and
Ops
which
2
ones? It's Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
and again, what happens if they drop the Modern Warfare series, the original series on Game Pass? Because
you could do
here's
a
the thing,
Treyarch one
here's the
now.
thing, they may not drop the Black Ops one because they're going to be doing more like the Black Ops 2 thing next year, right?
Yeah.
They're not doing anything with Modern Warfare for a little while. They may drop the old ones.
Rumor is fucking
Like,
Advanced Warfare.
I would rather play Modern Warfare 2 on PC than XDefiant. And that's no knock against XDefiant. It's just Modern Warfare 2 is one of the best shooters ever made.
Honestly, the only thing kind of stopping it is the servers being broken and just no player base. So if the servers were fixed and there was a player base, I think everyone else would choose Modern Warfare 2 as well. Even though the movement is way better in XDefiant,
And they don't have to advertise it much. All Microsoft has to do is go to the Xbox account and be like, now
all you
on
gotta
Game
do
Pass.
is just do that night vision sound. And the green lines come up and just Modern Warfare 2. Done. That's all you need. Fuck, I can download it off YouTube in 10 seconds.
And again, they could, again, June 9th, they're going to be doing something at Summer Games Fest. They're already announcing COD. They may announce, they may put something like Modern Warfare 2 in the middle of the COD show, coming directly after this Xbox.
That's one
Game
hell
Pass.
of a...
Game
boy.
Pass.
What happens if they announce multiple things at this COD event? Because they haven't done one of those in a long time. So I think we're going to get more than just one game announcement. We may get information on what the next year's COD is going to be as well.
Well,
maybe like a this is what it is. We have nothing on it yet, of course, but yeah, it may be something like we're doing Black Ops 2 next year.
Man, the other thing that XDefiant really needs to knuckle down on, and they have to balance this with the casuals, is this game needs a strong competitive scene. And quite frankly, I think the strong competitive scene is one of the things that is carrying Siege at the moment.
It's the only thing that's carrying it. It really, truly is, because everyone wants to fucking compete, and the little tournaments leading up to the bigger ones, dude, they get as much viewers as the bigger ones because everyone wants to see the new people grow into the big ones. They want to see their hero go up to the bigger ones. So a lot of the little scene has grown because they want to see the big scene. Now, a lot of that is because there are bigger streamers streaming it as well. Like, I'm not going to pretend there does need to be a bigger streamer that comes up. Like, there is big streamers playing XDefiant right now, like Stroud and all of them, right? They are playing.
Yes, Nate Shot's been playing it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people are playing it.
But the thing is, they're going to go back to COD as well. They're probably already streaming Warzone.
But but here's the thing: if enough of an audience stays, they'll be fine because eventually people will get tired of the COD and they'll be like, "I'll go back to XDefiant even just to check it out." And if that game's still good and still has a thriving player base, it will see a bump again.
Yeah. Okay. I will admit one thing that I do really dislike about XDefiant, and I know it's a free-to-play game: lack of game modes.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Basic Bitch Team Deathmatch?
Where's Team Deathmatch? Where's Search and Destroy? What is going on?
Okay, Search and Destroy. Let's talk about that. So we know Search and Destroy is coming. I believe it's going to be season 1, but it should have been here at launch, especially with all the delays.
Team Deathmatch should have been at launch.
Yeah, where the fuck's Team Deathmatch? Come on, man.
Have they even said anything about Team Deathmatch?
I haven't heard anything about Team Deathmatch, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. If there is anything, Show us in the comments. We want to see it. But yeah,
One
we
point I
haven't seen
wanted to
anything.
bring up before, but we started screaming about fire bullets, was the maps and the factions all revolve around being Ubisoft properties.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I
end
know
up.
Ubisoft does own quite a bit, but you're gonna burn through that really fucking
We're gonna end up.
quickly.
I said it as a joke. We're gonna end up getting fucking rabbits. As a
Well,
faction.
in the battle pass, there's rabid stickers or some shit.
Yeah. There's this.
They show up. They show up in the arena
Such.
on the little TVs and shit. You see, like
That's
Far
the
Cry
thing, like,
Blood
the
Dragon
first
posters
season-
on certain maps.
The
They
first
always-
season, I'm pretty sure leaked. The new faction is Rainbow Six.
Mhm.
All right. But
Yeah.
what else is there? Assassin's Creed, Skull and Bones. Like, come on. Like,
More
Yeah,
Far
let us
Cry
get-
shit.
How many factions from Far Cry can you really bring in before they're just clones and skins?
Yeah,
of
I
them?
think you're going to burn through all of that pretty quickly. Games like Apex Legends, for example, could just make up any wacky shit they want.
Yeah.
Right?
This is what I said they need to do is they need a villains faction and they need a hero like someone who's a hero faction, so then they can start adding in new characters with abilities and stuff as well, because they need to start doing some actual XDefiant stuff where I can go, oh, that's from XDefiant. I can't really say that right now. I can't
Yeah,
really
you just go,
oh,
oh, that's fucking Splinter Cell.
oh, that's
Now,
cool.
there is
Yeah.
the trade-off to that is like when you are playing as the Splinter Cell faction and you use their ult and they pull down the Sam Fisher goggles and use the Sam Fisher pistol, you go, okay, cool, that's Splinter Cell. But again, I think you're going to burn through all that shit.
I don't
pretty
mind
quickly.
some
What
of
else
these
is there?
things. I don't mind some of these things being on top of what they have, because it's like we have a property and be like, okay, yeah, that's neat, that's fine, and it's not. It's less cringy than
That's staying in the cup.
This is why I should buy a new chair. So, anyways, like I was saying, what was I saying?
Less cringy.
The factions are less cringy because of yeah.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. They need their own factions. Like it's fine to have like the dead sex stuff. I don't know. I would have left it more to like the Tom Clancy stuff. I think the dead sex stuff is cringe. I don't like Watch Dogs being included. I don't like Far Cry being included either. But they need their own factions, and they should have had their own factions as a base to start with. And that's a mistake. I think that's gonna bite them in the ass in a couple months.
Yep.
But
because they've already burned through so many of their own games. If they had, what would have been cool is the season 1 be something from a game, right? Then season 2 be something from a game. Add and make all that shit like season 1, season 2, season 3, for season 4. Whereas base game, it's all brand new factions we have no idea about. Then later down the track, you can do what we said on Grunking last year, campaign. This game needs something like that. It needs a face, and it needs a campaign to make that face, and it needs a campaign to make that villain, right? I think the biggest thing that's hurting this game is its face is from a different game. Like the character I use, it's from a different game, right?
Yeah.
So
it's from the Division, right?
Yeah, forget which game, but yeah. So it needs it doesn't have a Captain Price, it doesn't have a Master Chief, it doesn't have a Woods. I think that's a big part of first-person shooter is having
it doesn't
that
even have a Sam Fisher. When you think of like a Ubisoft shooter character, it's probably Sam Fisher or Scott Mitchell from Ghost Recon.
When you say like Tom Clancy games, just any of them in general, I think Sam Fisher.
Yep.
It doesn't matter which one, and he's not in most of them, but I think Sam Fisher. I think the goggles coming down, I think of Splinter Cell effectively, but this game doesn't have that, which makes sense why they were trying to tie it in with fucking Tom Clancy and everyone roasted them. But it effectively is just using the Tom Clancy name to fucking sell this game. All the factions are effectively from Tom Clancy games. We're getting Rainbow, which is again another Tom Clancy thing. if we end up getting fucking Alec Baldwin from Hunt of Red Hawk, like that's what's next. Are we gonna get fucking Harrison Ford from A Clear and Present Danger as well? Like,
yeah. Sean Connery. Oh man. Look, I think all in all, XDefiant is at least worth trying. I've put I don't know how many hours into it.
If it's a fun game,
It's fun. I'm in fun. I've been needing this itch
Yeah.
to get back to a game like this, especially with COD falling off the way it has. It's at
Not
least
many
worth
games.
trying. If they can knuckle down on this hit registration desync shit, and it seems like they're already working on it. And I mean, fuck, they never fixed that with Halo Infinite, by the way.
Nope.
If they can get this shit sorted ASAP, I think that we're cooking. We're cooking. Because there is a fun game here. If you liked old CODs, this is definitely worth trying. Definitely worth trying. And just the fact there's no skill-based matchmaking, you won't lose your fucking mind while playing it, just chilling out. So
Chill out. There's an actual game that you can play with music now. How fucking long has that been? There hasn't been a first-person shooter game where you can actually put on music, not sweat your fucking dick off. Okay, now there is one more thing I do want to bring up before we end the pod, though. Has to do with ranked. I do not.
Yes,
like
you and me have tried out the ranked mode, but there is no ranked starts in season 1, but there is like a practice ranked mode.
They're showing off what game modes are being used. I'm not the biggest fan of. They've just chucked in everything.
Yeah,
not everything works for ranked. What like
is it? I haven't tried it. Is it literally every game mode that's already
every game mode?
I don't know if
every
it's
game.
I think there might be like 1 or 2 that's not there, but for them, I don't think Hot Shot's there. But for the most part, it's everything.
Which one's Hot Shot?
The one that's kill confirmed meets cranked.
Oh, okay, no, we didn't play that one, but it might be. Like, it actually might be because we didn't.
And it's 4v4, so you can do 4v4 on what's it called? Escort, the Overwatch mode.
Yeah, I actually
don't
didn't
know
hate
about
that. I didn't hate it as much as when we did play that. The one that I fucking hated was the 4v4. Was the one where you have to take the 2 points, then the 1 point, then the 2 points again. What's that one called? That one ranked makes no fucking sense. I hated that shit so fucking much. I wanted to die. Like, oh my god, they need to make sure that they're choosing the right game modes. Switch that one out for Search and Destroy when that comes. You know what I mean?
Oh, here's the other thing with ranked. You join in. You can join in on games in progress in ranked.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
That was really weird.
Does that also mean there's no punishment for leaving games in rank?
Well, there was quite a few people getting their shit clapped in and were ditching the game. So I really hope there's a punishment.
There should be. I would argue. I think there should be a punishment for that in casual if you do it too many times.
Too many times, yeah.
I think it should track how many times you just leave a game, and like let's say a session period, and be like, oh, by the way, now you have you can't play for 15 minutes because you keep
maybe
fucking people over.
Every day resets the counter. Yeah, that could be cool.
It has to be a higher amount for casual.
Yeah, especially for a casual game.
I'm hoping the join thing is just because they want to test the game modes. I think once it actually brings in the ranked thing, I don't think it will actually allow you to join just in. I think I'm just assuming that this test thing is just what game modes we want to test, what guns we want to nerf, what guns we don't want to allow in the combat. What I think just for now they're doing that. I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt. Of course, if it does happen, I'll fucking roast the fuck out of it, of course. But I'm going to give them a benefit of doubt. It's just they want to fill in the matches to test the game modes and the guns that they're going to allow.
I hope so, but I'm not confident that's the case. I don't even know how this rank mode's going to work. Is it going to be like SR based? Or
I think it's going to be like the COD one where you win a match, you go up a couple points.
Well, winning's pretty important in those. So if you join in on a game where you go, oh shit, we're losing, there's no chance of winning.
Over just for trying to play.
Yep.
We'll see how that one works out though, but hopefully they can sort that out and set up some decent little ranked league and all that type of shit, man.
Dude, especially first-person shooters nowadays, that's the most important thing you got to get right. Everyone wants to play competitive. Everyone wants to be competitive. That's another thing. That's why Rainbow's so popular and everyone wants to be the best.
But the problem with that is you have to balance it. Like, look at Apex. You went way too hard on competitive. Casuals dropped the game.
But I think they've already got a lot of the casual stuff already good.
I think so too. My worry is
Yeah.
just they lean too heavy into competitive. It's hard to find a balance.
I think just having a league and supporting it is fine.
Yeah,
because I think this game is inherently something that works better for competitive shooters do. Other games have a harder bar to pass. You don't want to be the finals.
No.
Because I think I look, I'm just gonna say this. My gut feeling tells me if that game had a competitive league right away, we would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
We would have actually that game would have been fine. Not we. I mean, we're fine. It doesn't fucking matter what game I'm playing. But that game would have been actually popular. I think the gunplay in that game is really good too. Not as good as XDefiant. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But it's a really entertaining game, and they fucked up with not having competitive league. I hope that I hope they're looking at it and being like, yeah, okay, this is a problem because we haven't gotten like official announcements from what I understand about a competitive league. May check that after this pod.
There's a lot of little tournaments already cooking up for XDefiant. Like there's way more than the finals ever got, which is crazy because the finals is kind of built for tournaments, and it's just like what the fuck. Yeah.
So my worry is they take too long, and then it's done. If you have a competitive scene, well, your hardcore players are gonna stay.
Yep, and your casuals are gonna watch because they're gonna want to learn to play better. So casuals are gonna watch because they want to get better at the game. Hardcores are gonna stick around because they're winning or they're being competitive with the thing because they got to play. You can't, especially with the competitive, you can't take a few days off and expect to still be at top.
Sign a deal with like ESL.
Yeah.
Or whoever is organizing the rainbow tournaments. I think those people.
It's already built there.
Those people you should get actually because you already have a relationship with them as Ubisoft, and they're doing a fucking fantastic job.
They are. That's the best league to watch right now. And usually I would say Apex, but right now the most competitive.
They're
allowing. You know what I fucking love about Rainbow is they're actually allowing their people to shit talk. I know it's on the littler ones, but they're allowing their people to go on TikTok, roast a motherfucker, and move on. If they allow XDefiant people to shit talk like they are with Rainbow, all the COD people, you imagine all the COD competitive people coming over to XDefiant because they know they're going to be able to roast the fuck out of FaZe because they just whoop their ass. You know what I mean? Imagine that. If they can just allow the boys to roast each other, just that alone will bring more people over. They have to, like, Rainbow, that's why Rainbow.
Please add more mastery camos as well. Please give me more mastery camos, please.
Yes, and add some challenges to those as well. Not just, now Diamond's level 150. There's 50 new levels for each gun. Ugh, that's lame.
Yeah.
That's gay.
And Prestige. How's Prestige going to work with competitive mode, though? Unless rank just gives you access to everything.
I think it'll just give you access to everything. This is how I think it's going to work. I don't think Prestige affects your weapons in this game. I think Prestige is just a level thing.
Oh, a leveling thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's because the way you unlock your weapons.
Yeah, because weapons aren't unlocked through leveling. They're through challenges. Yeah, you're right.
The challenges. So I think it's just going to be like you hit level 55. Oh, you're Prestige 2 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then every year they'll probably just add another 10 procedures.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to start to wrap this bitch up, I think, but we've been going for an hour on XDefiant. It's going to be interesting to see how this game develops and how Black Ops affects it and just FPS games in general, man. But anyway, Muff Muncher Cream, any final words on XDefiant?
Yeah. That's my response to the game. That's my if I had to do a one-word review of the game, I'm like, yeah.
All right, well, what about you, Mozachu, Mr. Moza115?
Refreshing as fuck.
Mr. Midget.
Mr. Midget. Okay, again, on the way out, thank you, channel members, for your ongoing support. It really does mean a lot. Appreciate you all, you absolute legends. To everybody who's watching this later, once it goes public, thank you for tuning in. Have a fantastic day. And remember, you get no bitches because Shaka Zulu got all your sluts.